Hey, my name's James Dawson and welcome to my channel. In this video, we're going to talk about house prices are down. Crazy. Last video or video before, we said house prices are up. So why are we now saying they're down? Well, this is different data. This isn't my opinion. This is data from the Halifax. I know you guys like to roast me in the comments when you say, one day you say house prices are up, one day you say house prices are down. Well, listen to the videos to the end and I'll explain why. The reason is Halifax are seeing prices going down. Nationwide are seeing prices going up. The land registry data has such a massive lag that it takes time, but they're not seeing it going up or down either, but that could change. And so Halifax have come out with their data today, and this is the data for June. And it's very, very interesting to see what's happening. Now, I would compare this to the nationwide data. So go back and listen to that video where we talk about house prices going up. But what you'll ultimately see is that these guys, although one's saying up and one's saying down, they're pretty much on the same page. And what they're really saying is that we're really in a flat market right now. Now, that could change because I know every time we make a video like this, there's going to be comments and going, you haven't got a clue. Look on Rightmove. Look at what's happening in my area. Well, this is the data from what's actually happening, what's being sold, what's going through the market, what's being approved. This data has some relevance to what is going on in the house market. Just because you see house prices down on Rightmove doesn't mean people have bought those prices. Doesn't mean people have completed on those transactions. They might be deals that finish in January 2024 for all we know. So all we can look at is what's going on in the market. And I've said a number of times, I feel that these lenders have good data. They have good solid data. I know there's channels out there that are saying the market sentiment is bad and agents are feeding this data in and that data. But I know that agents are lazy. They're not going to feed back each week what's going on in that particular market. We've got to rely on people that really manage their data properly. And that isn't a local estate agent. Even if you get hundreds of those collectively together, the people that have the earliest data that we can really rely on is lenders. They know deals that are being agreed today. I've got some deals going through approval at the moment. I'm waiting for some mortgage offers to come out next week. So those lenders will know that's what they're offering. And that's what we're going to do those deals at, if that makes sense. So let's talk about the Halifax data. Where are they at with it? What does it mean for the market? And comment below, where do you feel the market's going to end up? Rather than just saying, this guy doesn't know what he's talking about, I'm giving you the data from Halifax here. So I do know what I'm talking about, but what's your opinion? But keep it kind. Where do you feel the market is going to end up by the end of 2023? I changed my opinion from 8% down to 6% down because I think things are just taking longer to move through. There's not loads of transactions happening in the market. So what is going down? Well, Halifax is saying that the market is down 0.1% in June. Nationwide said it was up 0.1%. That's nothing, right? Literally nothing. It doesn't mean anything really to anybody here. As I've said in videos before, everybody could negotiate a discount on a property of 0.1%. If you can't do that, then you're not going to get many good deals out there. You just ask, can you knock $1,000 off? And that pretty much does that for you. So prices are down marginally, and they've had 3 consecutive months now where they've had 0.1%. Now, they're saying on an annual basis that they feel the market is down 2.6% down for the year, right? On a rolling yearly 12-month basis, 2.6%. Now, that is less than the nationwide data. So nationwide is 3.5% down. And so these lenders deal with different people. Halifax might deal more up north. Nationwide might deal more with London properties. They're all dealing in different areas. And so what we're really seeing is not much is moving here. Now, what is interesting here is the Halifax are actually saying this calendar year, so 2023, that house prices are up in 2023 by 1.5%. So that's why I revised my figure down to 6%. So if we have prices that drop to 6% down this year, we kind of got that little 1.5% to save us. So 7.5% from now would get us to that 6%, wouldn't it? And so that gives us a little bit of extra wiggle room in that number I was talking about. Now, look, I might not be right. I could be totally wrong. We might have 2 back-to-back months now where house prices go 10% down each month. I don't see that. I think it's just going to take a lot longer for things to move because the market is slow. It takes time to get approved for a mortgage. It takes time for someone to get comfortable with reducing their property. It's only the people that are desperate to sell that will do big, steep, fast discounts. Now, a lot of people are looking on Rightmove, and you guys comment on my videos and you say, look, there's so many discounts in my area. Just loads of them. Everything is discounted in my area. And that's great. If you have that in your area, can you comment below? Because I'd love to see what area you're actually looking in, because you will see discounts on Rightmove. All the time you'll see discounts on Rightmove. The problem is you haven't seen that for the last 2 years because we've been in such a red hot market. No one was discounting in the last 2 years because anything that went on sold. Even stuff that was in auction was selling at the same price that you could have sold it with an estate agent. It was insane, the market in the last 2 years. That's why it's been really hard to find good deals, because people didn't need to discount. They didn't need to wait. They sold the property, sometimes even more than the asking price, very, very, very quickly. Now, Rightmove has said that normally around 30%, so let's exclude 2020, 21, 22, normally around 30% of properties are on some sort of discount because people want to go with an estate agent that prices it really high, then no one gets interested, so then they start creeping the price down to get the interest and get the viewings and get the property sold. And that's where we're at now. We're not seeing 50% of properties discounted in any area that I can see. And if you feel that that's wrong, then please do comment and I'll do a video and I'll check it out on Rightmove and we can have a look together. And you could be right. There will be pockets of the UK. And actually, if you are seeing areas where you're seeing big discounts, do share it, because there's investors that watch this channel that might then get some opportunities in those areas. So that will be very, very useful if you are seeing that. Now, Central London side, I'm not seeing that. Chelsea and Kensington, if you share that, we know is down 15% already. So that's a big chunk of property, and that's because of foreign investors are kind of out of the market now because of the war in Ukraine, because the pound's got stronger, lots of different reasons. And so they're out of the market temporarily. So prices are crashing in those areas. So where do you think this is all going to end up? It's interesting to see that Halifax have one data point, Nationwide have another, and that's the difficulty with these videos. There isn't a clear, the market's doing this or the market's doing that anywhere really, apart from Chelsea and Kensington in the UK yet. And I think Edinburgh was another place with some big drops at the moment. But there isn't really a clear indicator to say this is where we're going to end up by the end of 2023. Property is a slow moving product. It takes time, which is again why I call you back to listen to the lenders. The lenders are saying, Nationwide said, possibly we could still have a soft landing. Not guaranteed. It's possible we will still have a soft landing, which means less than a 10% drop in prices. Anything less than 10% in a calendar year is not classed as a crash, right? That is not classed as a crash. Nationwide's not saying that will happen. They're saying it's still possible. Halifax, I was looking for their comments on that. They're not really talking what's going on in the market so much. What they are getting across in their message this time is that there are support mechanisms for lenders, which we now know. People can move on to interest only. People can extend their mortgage. They didn't really comment on where they feel, or I couldn't find a comment on where they feel house prices ultimately are going to end up. They don't comment as much as Nationwide on that. But what do you think on this? Kind of irrelevant, isn't it? One saying up, one saying down. My thumbnail will trigger a lot of people that are going to go, this guy said it was up one day, down the next day. That's just where we're at. But these are tiny little gains and tiny little losses. And so I don't think it means too much at the moment. Let me know your thoughts in the comments. Do you think prices are going to start dropping a lot quicker? Do you think they're just going to stay flat as they are for the rest of the year? I'd love to know your thoughts and observations. Do like the video. Do check out all the other content on my channel. We've got nearly 500 videos now. So go and check out this one right here.